Hey everyone, Sir Agnach here. Welcome to another video. In this video I'm bringing you a war recap, but first I would like to announce the winners of my 1000 subscriber giveaways. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, and I will be bringing more giveaways in the future. I will be contacting the lucky winners in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. So today's recap video is from the EYG. We faced Omnipotence in our group stage, and it was an amazing war with lots of triples, and it is a nail biter until the end. The final attack decides the war. They started strong, coming against Jack with a triple, and we have Joey coming in with the Inferno Dragons. So he's using the zaps in the center of the base to get rid of one of the sweepers, sends the blimp in for the tank hole and a few loons and a baby dragon at 3 o'clock just to create a bit of a funnel. Out of the blimp comes loons, and the dragon has to spend a freeze on the tank hole just to make sure that that goes down, as the dragon was being targeted as well. Uses the king and queen at 6 o'clock just to create the other side of the funnel, as he sends his baby dragons all the way from 4 to 5. Going all the way into the base. The CC comes out is the super minions, but he's got a poison and then uses a freeze as well just to keep them there in the poison. He still has 3 skelly spells, which he now starts putting around the base just to distract the scatter shots. He still has a trillion Inferno Dragons going through the base. Uses one more Skelly spell in the center just to distract both scatter shots. As you know, if the scatter shots hit ground, they can't hit air, and vice versa. So that's why the Skelly spells are so good for distracting the scatter shots. Now he still has 3 Inferno Dragons on the left and 1 Inferno Dragon on the right, and the Royal Champion went all the way from the center, getting rid of the scatter shot and the last couple of defenses, and this ended up being a nice triple by Joey. Then Dresser came in with his own dragons. He's got the big boy dragons, 13 dragons, 5 loons, a nice golem, 7 bats, 4 freezes and a rage. So let's see what he does. He starts with his king around 4 o'clock. Just start a bit of a funnel. He wants his king to walk to the right and probably go inside towards the eagle, although that Grand Expo is really damaging him. So let's see what he does next. Puts the Royal Champion just to get rid of the mortar and the Tesla that just popped. That's also gonna allow the king to go inside for the AD and go towards the eagle, and there's not gonna be much damage on him apart from the Grand Expo. So let's see, here he comes. The Royal Champion is with him, and then he sends a nice golem with the queen into the Tesla farm at 6, just creating the other side of the funnel as well. The king is tanking for the Royal Champion, so she's going to be able to damage the multi-inferno. Actually, she's going to be able to bring it down, which is really OP. And now all the dragons come in from 4:30. Going all the way in. They get rid of the first scatter shot. Now they're going towards the queen and the second scatter shot, and he also has a blimp that he's going to be able to use from behind to go all the way inside into the tank hole. A few of the dragons do go onto the scatter. He uses the warden ability nicely, protecting all of the dragons, center dragons from the multi-inferno and the other dragons from the scatter shot. Uses the rage for his loons and dragon to get the tank hole down, and as soon as that multi-inferno is down, then is free for all for these bats coming in from 1 o'clock, getting rid of the single inferno, the AD. Probably that freeze was a little bit early, but that's alright. He uses a second freeze now. He has to use a third freeze, and he uses for the Air Expo as well. And he still has one more freeze, which he uses on the Wiz Tower. Hopefully the bats can get there soon. They do get there, get it down. There's no red mines, there's only black mines. And this was a nice triple by Dresser against Nin General. Look how many dragons he's got left. I think he started with 13, finished with 20. He's very good with that. Now after that, I ended up coming in against Phoenix with my spam, of course. Anytime I see 2 scatters within 10 tiles, I always think of this strategy, which I put 5 zaps on the scatter and the expo, the same on the other side, and then use my 2 quakes. That goes down. Witches don't need spells, so I use a couple of super giants and 3 witches at 12. The same thing at 3, just creating that bit of a funnel, and then I send my main army in between with the wall breaker. In the wall breaker I got a super wall breaker just in case that it doesn't get all the way to the tank hole. Then I send my Royal Champion from 1 just to get rid of that single Inferno, make sure that most of my troops remain on the right hand side. I want them to walk in a clockwise formation. CC comes out, I put a poison down for the super minions, and they continue going in. I did send a super wall breaker so that some of my troops can go into the tank hole just in case that I was missing it. So some super giants can go in there. However, the Yetis and the Queen do end up getting to the tank hole. Tank hole goes down, and now is just gonna be going around the base. This base was crashed. Single Inferno goes down, and now is just walking. And as I said before, the witches don't need spells, and is still a pretty quick attack for an attack that doesn't use any spells apart from the beginning. So that was my triple against Phoenix, and then they came against Dresser, and Egg ended up getting a triple of his own. He's coming in the Chinese Smash with a full Pegasus 5 Super Wizards, and he's got the 3 Rages and 2 Jumps. I've been doing this attack, however, with 5 Zaps and 2 Quakes, and it's also really strong. So I'm starting to use this one, the pure Smash with the 2 Jumps, and I'll let you guys know if it's actually really good. I've seen from a lot of YouTubers that it is, so I'll let you know my own experience. So he's got the Warden to get rid of that Scatter, getting rid of the Wizard Tower. Now is gonna get rid of the gold storage, puts the Rage down, gets rid of the cannon. Now it's on the Scatter, and the Scatter goes down. Sends the Super Wall Breaker so that his troops can go inside, since he's got the King and the Witches funneling at 5, so everything else can go in. The CC comes out, Lava and Headhunters, they die very quickly. Uses the Warden ability, the Tornado Trap gets triggered, puts a couple of jumps to go through the base, and this is looking really good. He's Kokolo inside, making it all the way to the Inferno, and the Inferno goes down. And the other Inferno is a multi-Inferno, which the P.E.K.K.A.s really don't care about. And now they're on the final Scatter. Scatter goes down. Now they're gonna go into the Eagle. Eagle goes down. He still has all of his Super Wizards. They're not dying. He still has a healer healing the main army, and 3 healers that decided to go into 1 P.E.K.K.A. But that's alright, because now it was tanking. Everything gets cleared, and this was a nice triple by Egg. Then they came against CJ. So Phoenix ended up coming in against CJ and came in with the dragons as well, but this time around he's coming in with the Blizzard, and he's got a Skelly spell as well. So let's see what he does. Sends the Lava Hound to tank for the Blimp, uses the freeze for the Sweeper just to make sure that the Blimp doesn't keep getting pushed back. There were some Black Mines there, but it still managed to make it to that little laneway, and he's gonna be able to go into town and get rid of almost everything in this base. The Scattershot and Eagle or Nextwell, and now triggers the CC. The CC comes out, puts the Yeti around 2 just to create a bit of a funnel, and then he's got his King at 11 with the Queen and sends all of his dragons in. Now probably if he had used 1 baby dragon or 1 dragon or something like that around 230, then that would have funneled that area a little bit nicer. And as you can see here, he's got like 3 dragons that decide to fly off, and then they're gonna be going over there. So if he had had that, this would have been even more powerful. At the moment he still has his dragons flying inside the base, uses the Rage so that they bring everything down. The single goes down, the Royal Champion gets frozen and goes down. He still has his Queen ability and the Royal Champ ability. A few dragons go into the multi-inferno and they die, but the Royal Champion is still going around. Now she goes down, but there's only the Archer Tower, the multi-inferno and the cannon, and this was a nice triple by Phoenix. Then Jack ended up coming in with 78%, and then CJ ended up responding against Egg and came in with his Inferno Dragons as well, with 7 Skelly Spills and 4 Freezes. So he sends a few loons for the Mortar to tank for the Blimp to go all the way into the tank hole, uses a Rage so that the tank hole goes down. He's got a couple of Yetis and Sneaky Goblins, I believe, in there, and ends up pulling the CC as well, which is 3 Ice Golems. So it's not every day that we see that anymore. Used to be very used, but not anymore. Uses a baby dragon to get rid of one of the ice golems. The other two were glitching, but they finally moved towards the baby dragon and he's gonna be able to get rid of them. Now he's put his king and queen at 12 and the inferno dragons in between, going all the way through. He's a little bit late on his skelly spells, so the scatter shot is killing some of his inferno dragons. The single inferno was killing as well. Now he's put freeze and a couple of skelly spells in the center of the base for the multi inferno, which usually for the skelly spells you want to target single infernos, scatter shots and heroes. If it's a multi inferno, it's better value if you use a freeze, so that's a little tip if you're using this attack. Now he sends a baby dragon for that multi-inferno, and I must say that baby dragon was OP. If that multi-inferno hadn't gone down, this would not have been a triple. Everyone that was watching it, we all thought that this was a defense. To be honest, I even logged out of the attack, and then someone said on voice this is a triple, and I had to log back in and I could not believe my eyes. I think Big Bell was also streaming it live and he was also pretty impressed because this was a triple, so GG to CJ for getting it. And then after that they ended up coming against my base and got an 82%, so finally we were able to defend. And then our final attack was Sai, so at the moment we're tied on 3 triples each, and Sai needed 2 triple for us to win. If he ended up getting a 2-star and the final attacker for Omni got a 3-star, then we would have lost this amazing war. So let's see if Sai can get the triple. So far it's not looking too good with the queen, however he does manage to get her to not go to ability by placing that freeze. So if you see a trillion goblins coming in for your queen and you use your poison for the super minions, make sure you use a freeze or something for those goblins. Now he puts the king just to make sure that the queen goes in. I think he wanted his king to walk up towards 12. However, he's going to be able to use the king for tanking the queen. Tanko goes down, sends the super wall breaker. That's going to be opening the center compartment. That's going to be allowing the queen to go inside for the defending queen, the defending roller champ, the defending Bob King, and the multi inferno. Uses a roller champion from 12, getting rid of some more defenses and also to get rid of that AD before he starts targeting his healers. And he starts with his Lalo from 5 o'clock. Now these scatters, I don't know if they had a protecting beam around them or what's going on, but the loons just decide to never go to the scatters. As you can see, both scatters, the loons just didn't pass by them. So the queen has to be the MVP of this attack. Gets rid of one of the scatter shots, speeds through a wall, gets rid of the other scatter shot, and this was a nice triple by Sai. Sai ended up being the MVP of this war, getting a triple and a strong defense of 77%, which gave us the win 14-13. It was a really nice war, and GG to Omni for a hard-fought war. Well, that's it from me. If you liked the video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time with more Clash. See ya.